always such a compliment when our clients come back to us to design their next homes. And this client bought a huge home that needed to be remodeled top to bottom, and we were up for the challenge in our Cove remodel. Originally, this home was brown brick, brown stone, brown stucco, and very 90s Tuscan on the inside. Our client is from the East Coast, and we wanted to bring that style to the West. We did that by stripping all of the materials off of the exterior, replacing the windows with white windows that had grids on them. We framed out the porch. The window was slightly off center before, and then we moved that over. We added moldings, shutters, new trim, and those warm gray shingles. They're really great East Coast style, but they are just so timeless. It was a really great decision for this home. It's hardly recognizable. When you walk into the entry, you have these soaring ceilings and a great curved staircase. We decided to design a paneling that runs floor to ceiling. We painted it this creamy white throughout, and that is really the main white we used throughout the entire home. And we designed this custom staircase that has a dark handrail, but a really interesting shape on the balusters and newel post. We also changed out the floors. We didn't want to go too light or too dark, and I think that this was a really happy medium, and the color looks like it will stand this test of time. One of my other favorite changes in the space is the light fixture. It is a really cool shaped chandelier. It's not crystals because we have that happening in the sitting room, and I like that it has this great shade detail. It feels dressy and streamlined at the same time. The sitting room used to have one large arch and then a secondary small arch, and they were encased in like a fake stone, and that had to go. So we closed up this smaller opening and created a French door moment going into the sitting room. We usually actually don't like to close things up too much, but I think that it made a better use of the space in here. In the great room, we had 2 tiers of windows. They didn't have the grids on them, and it had a little bit of a slight arch on the corners. So those got squared off and then replaced with windows and an entire wall of French doors. Another major change we made in here was stripping off the stone on the fireplace. There's like this recessed niche. I tend to not really love those, so we closed it off. We did a cast stone fireplace, and we tapered the top of the fireplace in to soften everything a little bit. When we were designing the built-ins, they were looking really good, but something just wasn't quite there. But once we added this big arch detail to it, it just came to life. And I'm so glad that we did them in this great kind of gray blue color to soften and break up the white. We also ran the wood floors into here. We took out the shag carpet. I love when wood floor continues into a living space because I feel like it just makes it feel cleaner and more continuous with the rest of the home. And then you look up, you can see this beautiful coffer ceiling that we added and this great plaster light. The changes in the kitchen were drastic. We completely redid the layout. So before, the range was on the right wall, there was a window on the back wall, and the island was angled and kind of wrapped around. We straightened that out. We straightened out the islands to make it one really large, long island that opens up to the great room. We closed up the window and moved the range and the hood over there. And that way you get this great focal moment between the island and the hood. In the corner, we also made some changes. So it used to angle and the pantry was kind of in the back corner, but in a different location. We made a right angle and then we took a closet and made that into the pantry. So the layout completely changed and it feels so much better to me now. And then we got to the design details. We did Swiss Coffee by Benjamin Moore on the outside walls. It's a great creamy white. We framed out the hood with these tall glass cabinets, and we did a great LeConte range in this light gray that kind of has this blue undertone, which I love. We did a Calcutta marble on the countertops and brought that up on the backsplash. We did a slab on the main wall, and then on the refrigerator wall, we did the Calcutta marble tile, and that goes up behind these open shelves and then around the doorway. The dining nook came together in such a charming way with the mixed chairs, the farmhouse table, the striped rug. But one of my favorite details in the nook is this custom Dutch door that we designed. First of all, I always love a good Dutch door. But on this one, we did this detail on the upper half, and I think it just makes a really special moment in this corner. We have quite a few more spaces to share with you, so make sure you check back for more of our Cove remodel.